Rise and shine with Global Entertainment News Morning Buzz. I am your host, Bella, ready to kickstart your day with all the fresh news and stories. And right here with me, bringing her own spark to the studio is Usola. We'll be taking today's top story from the Daily Trust and the Nation. Top story from the Daily Trust. 13 killed as bandits attack Niger communities. At least 13 people, including a mobile police officer and three vigilantes, were reportedly killed when armed bandits raided Mongoro community in Mariga local government area of Niger State. About 5 p.m. on Wednesday, residents of the Wamba, also in Mariga local government area, told Daily Trust that their community remained under siege by the attackers. It will be recalled that on June 24th, bandits killed 17 soldiers and injured 10 others during an attack on a military base on Kwanan Duse, also in Maringa local government area. Over 100 armed bandits reportedly stormed the base, located a few kilometers from Bangui and the local government headquarters. The Nigerian army confirmed the casualty, adding that several of the attackers were also neutralized. On the latest assault, residents told Daily Trust that the bandits launched coordinated assaults on the Mongolo and the neighboring community on Tuesday after overpowering joint security force made up of police and local vigilantes.
Yeah, this is so sad. Bandits coming in to attack the army unaware. But I feel this has been happening over and over again. Instead of the army not being prepared, they should be prepared every time. And the government should up its ammunition, equipment, everything they need so they won't be caught unguarded.
Exactly.
That's just what I will say. So this time around, I don't want to hear them saying soldiers are not prepared, policemen are not prepared, vigilantes are not prepared because bandits, killing, robbery, attacking has been happening over and over again. This time around, we need to be prepared more than we have before. Ammunition, equipment they need should be sent to them, should be provided. That's it.
Well, I feel sorry about this bandits attacking let me say, the military base and even the police and vigilantes. It's not about the equipment or the ammunition that they don't have, the arms and ammunition that they don't have. I feel like those people have actually planned their attack the way they are, how they are going to carry it out. So the question that I feel is like they needed to do right now is to go into much more investigation and know who and is giving those bandits a lot of information about the security personnel of Nigeria because right now they also needed protection because if this keep on happening that the security personnel are no longer safe there must be someone within that is giving those bandits a good information about them and then taking the attack on them.
That's why they need to be prepared. If they are doing an investigation and they are not prepared, they can still come and attack them over and over again.
Well, let's move on. Demand. Medical academies give 15 days ultimatum to federal government. The Nigerian Association of Medical and Dental Academic, NAMDA, on Wednesday issued a 15 days ultimatum to the federal government to meet its demand or face industrial action across the country, medical schools and health institutions. The Association of Nigeria Executive Council, NEC, which met in Abuja on July 5th, also declared its full support for the 21 days ultimatum earlier issued by the Nigerian Medical Association, NMA, over unresolved issue in the health sector. President of NAMDA, Dr. Nosa Lance Otue, during a press briefing in Abuja, says the warning became necessary following government's failure to address lingering grievances, including unpaid allowance, pension anomalies, and critical manpower shortage in medical schools. All the issues raised in our trade dispute with federal government remain unresolved, he says. This includes non-payment of 7 months arrears of clinical duties and accoutrement allowance and continued neglect of hospital-based academic and pension implementation.
Hearing about X sectors issues, education issues, insecurity issues is a pain. It's very painful. Let me use that word. It is very painful. You want us to do our work diligently to provide the services we have, but you are not ready to give us what we deserve. Imagine owing health sectors money for several months, several years, shortage of a lot of things. How do you want them to perform their stuff if they are not being given adequate stuff they need? How?
Well, the major problem in Nigeria right now is actually the let me look at the state health sector and also the federal health sector. When it comes to it, I feel like our leaders tend to actually neglect it, especially the government health sector. Those things, if you look at it, you know that those things that are actually supposed to be a useful let me say, a useful things to the citizen is being neglected when it comes from the leadership. Right now, many people turn to private hospitals owned by the various citizens, and then that is bringing a lot of bills
Bills,
to the,
yeah.
and then most people can't even
Even
actually
afford at
afford
all.
that, and it's really saddening. If our leaders can actually do something really well, because
Yeah.
I know that the Senate or even the governors and the president will not allow their salary be
To be
delayed for
held,
a
yeah.
few seconds. Talk more of
Mm-hmm.
the health sectors that saves life, and then there is no well equipment. There was a hospital that has been showed for complete 20 years. There have not been lights in that hospital, and it's a government hospital, a federal government hospital, and then
Hmm.
you can imagine how it's being
So
neglected
bad.
like that. It's very bad. So the leaders need to do
Something.
about it. They need to do better. Well, let's move on. High ten, leave high tension zone. TCN tells Cardinal residents. The transmission company of Nigeria, TCN, has raised the alarm over rampant encroachment and vandalism of its critical power infrastructure in Kaduna State, warning that such acts are jeopardizing efforts to achieve a stable and uninterrupted electricity supply nationwide. Speaking during a high-level sensational forum with traditional rulers, security agency, youth leaders, and other key stakeholders in Kaduna, TCN officials decries the growing trend of legal structure springing up directly under high voltage transmission line. The company also lamented that repeat attacks on transmission facilities by vandals, describing them as major setback to its ongoing power expansion projects across the state. General Manager Kaduna Regional Engineer Nasir Mansour Fadan, in his address, disclosed that TCN is currently installing new transformers and upgrading transmission infrastructure to boost electricity delivery.
If not mistaken, we talked about this last week or 2 weeks ago about vandalism here and there. We said the government are not working, accepted. Okay, they are trying to do one thing or the other just to put some things in place. But here we are doing the wrong thing, doing will I say the wrong thing at the right time or the right thing at the wrong time. This vandalism is not needed. It is bad. Okay, the government, the electricity sector now they are in a debt of 4 trillion naira, like we said yesterday, and now this added to it. It keeps putting us in debt because when you do something now and they go there to destroy it, the government will have an excuse to borrow another money and say they want to do this, they want to do that, whereas they're not doing it, it's just for a cover up.
Well, talking about the government actually not doing anything, I'm going to actually say that when it comes to greediness and selfishness, we actually wanted to raise a hand for we Nigerians because we are actually good at that. Talking about this vandalism, I feel like everyone is entitled to its own crime. So whoever that is being caught, it should be a life sentence and nothing
Face the
stupid
judgment.
because this is something that is being provided for the citizen to actually help. So if you having in mind to go close to a high tension and then actually wanting to steal the cables that are there, the voltage, everything that was there, then you are very, very selfish to every other people because you're putting the rest of the community, the rest of this state into darkness, and then you don't care. So this thing has become a norm among Nigerians that they wanted to go into this illegal form of actually achieving something, and it's very bad. If you go across let me say, a pedestrian crossroad now, you see that almost all the ions
They
that
have been
was there
taken
has
away.
been taken away, and that is very sad. That thing is easy. When you go into a flyover, you see that all the things that the street lights and poles has been removed because of self greediness and selfishness from coming from the citizen. This thing is not supposed to be. We have to be the one maintaining it, but yet we are the one destroying it. And
Yeah.
later we still wanted to blame the government that they are not
Exactly.
ready to help us.
Exactly.
How are they supposed to help us when we ourselves we are destroying this?
It's even giving the government the right not to even do anything because them doing something and we are there destroying it. It's not even giving them an atom of encouragement at all.
Well, top story from the nation. Joint security team killed 30 bandits in Castina. A joint security team in Castina State have successfully neutralized 30 bandits during a series of coordinated counter-operations in Kari local government area. This is contained in a statement issued by the State's Commissioner for Internal Security and Home Affairs, Dr. Nasiru Mauzu, yesterday in Castina. The security personnel, he says, comprised of police mobile force, PMF, operative military, and the Nigerian Air Force. He says the troop engaged hundreds of heavy bandits who simultaneously attacked communities of Kadushu, Kwandama, and Sabon late at approximately 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Upon receiving intelligence, the security force immediately mobilized to the scene. Additionally, enforcement from Damdume and the Nigerian Air Force was swiftly deployed to the affected area. After intense confrontation, our gallant security force successfully repelled the attackers, forcing them to retreat, and about 30 criminals were neutralized through the coordinated airstrike while attempting to escape, he said.
Yeah, that is a good one for the police for what they have done. But I will employ them. It's not for them to only show us that they've arrested them. We need the judgment. What the next thing after they have been arrested? Because they can just use it as a cover-up case, just to know that okay, they've done the good work, they've gone for their this thing and all. But we need the next step. After this, what is the next thing?
Well, let's hope on our government, like the security personnel, to actually give a good order about that, because this has to not just by saying that they have
Arrested,
repented,
yeah.
but they have to go through, because those people have they killed and then they don't have anything to actually do about it. So let's move on. NAPTIP arrest hotel manager, 2 others for human trafficking. Operative of the National Agency of the Prohibition of Trafficking in Person, NATIP Castina, has state command have arrested 3 suspected members of interstate human trafficking syndicate who specialize in recruiting, harboring, and trafficking young girls from other parts of the country to the northern region for sexual exploitation. The suspects were arrested in a prominent hotel in Castina town with 3 suspected victims of human trafficking who were rescued during the raid. The manager of the hotel and 2 other workers were arrested. A statement yesterday by the press officer of NAPTIP says the victims, who are between the age of 21 to 26, are from Benue and Rivers State. The agency stated that preliminary investigation revealed that the suspects were believed to be the major supplier of the victim to brothel notorious centres and some neighboring countries.
This is so sad hearing it. Due to us looking for a greener pasture, we tend to accept any job offer that comes to us. Anything, some people can just come and tell you that, okay, there is job at this particular state, will you follow me? And you being naive of it, you go ahead with them, you follow them, not knowing that it is another thing that they want you to do there. They won't even bring it to your knowledge or anything. I just employ the government to look into this because this has been happening over and over again. It should be stopped.
Well, talking about this, I feel like this thing of a human trafficking has become a
Norms,
norm
yeah.
in Nigeria. And then we all know that things are actually very hard in the country right now. But many people now tend to go into the illegal way, and then it's really a sad thing. Putting another human into torture and all that just because you wanted to succeed. It's a very sad one. Well, let's move on. Trip neutralize more terrorists, recover weapon across theaters. The Nigerian Army has continued to consolidate its operational momentum across the country, achieving major tactical and strategic success against the terrorist and criminal elements across the country. A credible source at the Army headquarters told the news agency of the Nigerian NAN that the Army sustained onslaught had led to major breakthrough recently in the Northeast. The source says that one of is the recent uncovering of the 54 improvised explosive device ring in gas cylinders and wired in series beneath the Dokwa Mate Bridge in Borno. Nan recalled that troops of 24 Task Force Brigade and 50 Task Force Battalion operating under Operation Hardin Kai had on July 4th achieved the feat in a strategic operation. The device planted by the ISWAP and JAS insurgents to sabotage the critical infrastructure were expertly neutralized by the explosive ordnance disposal.
This is so bad. 54 explosive found in a gas cylinder. How did they get to this? This is what they should be investigating about, not to just do a cover up. Though good work to them for catching them, because without them catching them, there is no way they can get to know that 54 explosive bomb was kept in a gas cylinder. Kudos to them. But they should just do their work. They should make sure that okay, the work is being done adequately. That's just what I would say.
Well, talking about criminal and let me say terrorists and their work doing, it's very, very something that they can just implement. Let me say when it comes to endangering and harming other people, it's just something that can be easy for them to just come up with an idea and how to just implement it so that it can affect other people. So my kudos to the Nigerian police and the troop that actually wanted. I'm thinking that they right now they are stepping into a good place to actually uncover so many things
A lot
about the
of things,
terrorists and
yeah.
the bandits as well. And then it's a good one, more needed to be coming every day so that we can know that Nigeria is safe. Well, thank you for joining us on the Breakfast Show. I have been your host. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a blessed and lovely day. Bye.